Hey everyone, I'm Michael Majors.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com. Hello everyone, today on the Versus series we got a little bit of a throwback, I guess. I'm going to be playing Grixis Control.
A throwback to what?
Like
to when?
Like pre-bannings, I guess, kind of.
Grixis wasn't a deck then.
It wasn't my heart.
It's always a deck.
I've always loved Grixis. I mean, I'm the only one that believes it's a deck. So.
We all know that.
Yeah. So this is the Grixis list that I wrote about a month ago. We should have that linked in the article for you guys. But I've kind of taken the deck in a more like removal heavy direction. This is kind of a direct response to like Nahiri the Harbinger. Got some main deck Dread Boars, just more removal in general. Some Dark Dwellers. I've kind of like finally decided that I hate losing to big mana decks, I guess, for lack of a better word. So I've kind of incorporated this like Dark Dwellers and like Boom Bust on my sideboard. So that's kind of like the next like major innovation in my deck.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty good.
I like me an Armageddon.
Yeah, attached to a 4/4.
Yeah, it's great. Even better.
It's awesome.
My Armageddons usually came attached to 12/12s because I had a Knight of the Reliquary in play. So.
What? Wastelands?
Huh? You Armageddon and then all your lands are in the graveyard.
Oh, gotcha. You mean literal Armageddon. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's two different spells that you had to cast.
I mean, you have to cast the Boom Bust first to get it in the graveyard, unless you discard Jace or you Thought Scour.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of the plan. So it's a little bit of a stretch, but it gives the deck some percentage points against those kinds of decks. Not playing against like Tron or anything like that today. Bant Eldrazi is kind of a mid-range deck, really.
It is an aggressively slanted mid-range deck for sure. It feels like like a sort of monsters deck from old standard, like Reality Smashers or Stormbreath Dragon or your Thundermaw Hellkite. You got some mana creatures at the low end, and then you play some like decent mid-range creatures, and then you have the real heavy hitters in Thought-Knot Seer and Reality Smasher, and backed up by like just enough removal to get your creatures through. Because usually your creatures are big enough to blank some of the weaker creatures in the format, and you just need to deal with certain key threats. And so you got 4 Path to Exile to help deal with those. We still have Ancient Stirrings to help find our array of Eldrazi creatures, and maybe Eldrazi Temple, maybe a Cavern of Souls against counter spells would be nice to find off of it. But
the deck's kind of weird now because like every time you spike a draw with like an Eldrazi Temple, you can still do like broken things like pre-bannings, but obviously you're way less likely to do that without Ayavugan. But the best draws in the Eldrazi deck are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it still has maybe 10% of its draws, or maybe even a little bit less than that, are just broken. And so that is certainly a draw to playing the deck. And even some of your less broken draws are still really powerful, where you can go turn 1 Noble Hierarch, then turn 2 Eldrazi Temple, Thought-Knot Seer, turn 3 Reality Smasher, something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's still a player in Modern, but it's not like the oppressive deck that we're so used to playing against for a couple months.
We'll see how it matches up against a pile of removal spells.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll some dice.
Giving me the mismatched dice this week.
Yep, good luck. Off the table.
I have a pair of 2s.
I have a pair of 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, I can't count. I was like, is that a straight? No, just a pair of 4s.
It can't be both.
No. All right, here for game 1, I'm on the play. Pretty average Grixis hand here. Nothing to write home about, but it's definitely going to play, so I'll keep.
Okay, and I am on a mulligan to 6, and this is not a great hand, but we have some acceleration and a scry to help find what we need, so I'll keep and scry, and we do not need that.
Since I'm on the play, I just want to lead on my Inquisition instead of playing my ETB tap land, so I'll just do that. Is this good? This looks pretty good. All right, your turn.
Well, that would have been a very good draw. Nah, it's still okay, but you can
go. Given the presence of Cavern of Souls, I think we're just going to play this, pass the turn.
Okay, then. You can go.
Thought Scour me. All right. Guess I'll start by sacking this Bloodstained Mire for a mountain.
Okay, both a 19. Snap casting something?
I just thought scarring myself again.
Casting a Tassiger.
That's not bad. Your turn.
It's not good. I needed it to be bad.
I mean, I don't have that much.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay, well, I'm going to play this Cavern naming Horror.
Okay.
You can go.
Classic horror strategy. Your turn.
Now I'll play this one naming Eldrazi and play a Thought-Knot Seer.
Let's see.
We're still in this one. We got some stuff.
Yeah, you actually do have some stuff. I'll put the trigger on the stack. I will destroy Spellskite and return Kalitas to my hand.
So I can take the Terminate and just hope that Michael never draws something to go with his Kalitas. Or I can take the Kalitas, have him terminate my Thought-Knot Seer, and with his draw step and the trigger off the Thought-Knot Seer, hope that I can beat those. The deck is just so removal heavy. It feels really ambitious to try to beat you just drawing some removal spells, especially because the first one will kill my Thought-Knot Seer and draw another card on top of it. So I think I'm just going to take my chances beating the top of your deck and take the Kalitas.
All right. I guess there's no reason not to go ahead and just terminate now. I kind of want to thin my deck before I do that. I can just hit something like an Ancestral Vision, so I'll go to 18.
Yeah, now we're winning. Don't want to get a second red source for your Dark Dwellers?
I could. I have a Bloodstained Mire still in my hand. I don't think I want to like shock myself this turn. Don't think there's any reason to. Might be wrong. Terminate that. Draw a card off the trigger. Your turn.
Ooh.
That's not bad. You have results.
Of course it does. I have Cavern of Souls.
Yep.
You can go.
Let's see. So if I Inquisition, I can still shock myself and do this if I want to. This card's not getting any better, so I guess I'll go ahead and fire it off.
Tilt. Tiger SCMC4.
Okay, not bad. Your turn.
Really wanted that one. So now, even if Michael's nothing, he can animate a Tar Pit to block a Scion if I attack with it. Might as well just lead on the Stirrings, which was a good draw.
Sure.
Unless we hit all lands, which we did. And is there a difference between any of them? Probably not. So I'll take a Cavern of Souls, so Michael can never mana leak anything. I'll draw him name human.
Name human, yeah.
Attack for 5.
Alright, I will activate Tar Pit.
Yep, this is coming with a bolt.
Well, you can do it before blockers if you
Yeah,
want.
I guess I could tap it down now that you're representing a lightning bolt, but that just seems poor. I'll just be sacrificing these to deal 5 damage a piece. And yeah, okay. We'll just trade off. And
I'll go to 15. Get a Steam Vents. lightning bolt after damage.
Yep. Well. So I know you have a mana leak in hand.
Yep.
And nothing else because you play 2 lands. You can go.
It's not bad. So I could just get in a top deck war, just leave back Tar Pit to block these Scions. Which I guess seems fine, considering we have action in our hand, so your turn. Just want to draw like Snapcaster or Dark Dwellers or Ancestral Visions even.
Human.
All right. Got it all covered over there. Scour myself.
Yep.
Slaughter Pack, Scalding Tarn. Ooh. Interesting. I think I want to hold this so I can do both of these, so your turn.
You can go.
All right. Now that we are actually working with some stuff, I don't mind if this just gets pathed or whatever. So, your turn.
My instinct is that this card is not going to survive if we cast it.
What is it? Eldrazi Displacer?
So I am going to pass the turn.
Okay. Tech.
16, 18. This top deck war did not go very well for me.
Your turn.
And much like the first card we drew, that is unlikely to survive. So once again, I will pass.
17.
Not exactly sure what we can draw. Other than Path to Exile.
Probably should have just gotten aggressive with my Turpin the last turn, to be completely honest, but... Cast Serum Visions. Okay. And I think at this point we have enough pressure in our hand where we don't want that, so I'll just bottom both. And I will... Let's see. I can't leave up everything. I'm not actually sure if that's relevant, though. I think I'm fine just attacking.
Woohoo. Too many things to do.
Yep. It's too much stuff. My beautiful Grixis deck. Yeah, I definitely should have attacked last turn. That was just bad.
Okay, I got a 10.
10 to 20.
Yep.
I'll play Tassiger. And basically just want to get rid of as much discard and Thought Scours as possible. So I think I can get rid of all of them, yeah. And your turn.
So I have access to 11 mana.
Okay.
Plus these, I guess.
Interesting way of putting it.
So I can tap the Eldrazi one. We'll call this one the horror one. This one the human one.
It's all in there.
And you can go. Now kill all my things, please.
All right, I will enter combat.
Yep.
Attack. 4 blockers. I will Lightning Bolt Displacer.
I will displace Tassiger.
Sure.
block, and before damage, sack for a mana.
Yep. Good.
And something. This is probably not going to be something, because the card I really need is Path to Exile. And I'll take a Drowner.
It's not the worst.
Tap the 1 on Eldrazi for blue.
Yep.
And so this attacks as a 4/3, which means if Michael wanted to just trade for it, if you need to trade Tar Pit, which isn't the worst, although he'd still get a Scion, and my Matter Reshaper wouldn't trigger, so that is probably not something I can afford to do at this point, so I'll pass.
Let me check out my stuff. Alright, I'm going to play Snapcaster Mage.
Tilt.
I will terminate your Drowner Folk.
Okay, I will concede.
Okay.
I've seen enough.